I want to go back to earlier question about just the low-hanging fruit and the easy ones. Derek Chauvin, the cop in Minneapolis who was convicted of murdering George Floyd. Now we know he didn't murder George Floyd. Medical examiner said there's no evidence that George Floyd was strangled. He died of a fentanyl overdose, died of a drug OD.
Yep.
But Derek Chauvin is in prison. He was just stabbed in prison. Spend the rest of his life probably in prison. That's a moral atrocity. Now that we know the truth. Why is no one in Congress stepping up for this man?
Well, it's very unpopular to talk about it. So
Why?
Obviously, Tucker, I'm going to talk about it.
Well, good.
Yeah, I think I do believe this is one of the biggest injustices happening in our country today. I believe it's an attack on him because he's white and he's male.
Obviously.
I believe that it's political and they have to crucify him because he was a police officer. He had a great record. He did nothing wrong. And he is white and male and Christian. So they have to make an example of him because that is the type of person in America and arguably the entire world they want to kill. They want to destroy that identity. And it's the most dangerous thing happening, and our children are suffering for it. The younger generations of white men who are good, who would want to be in the military, who want to be a police officer when they grow up, want to be a fireman, want to be these ideal male, masculine things when they grow up, are being taught a lesson by look at what happens to Derek Chauvin. And they are probably going to kill him in jail when actually the right thing to do is to release him out of jail because he never did anything wrong in the first place.
But what I don't understand is now that it's not a close call because in a court filing, we discover that the medical examiner who did the autopsy said, the medical examiner, not a cable news pundit, this guy was not strangled. He did not die of asphyxiation. He died of a drug OD.
Drug overdose.
So we know the facts.
Right, a
which I guess
fentanyl.
we didn't know before. We pretended we didn't know. So how can every pro-cop Republican in the Congress not stand up on this guy's behalf? Why is it controversial?
Over 300 Americans die every single day from fentanyl poisoning. That's what George Floyd, he's one of those deaths.
Yes, sad.
But yet, a political movement that was well-funded and supported by the entire Democrat Party, so much so that BLM's funding link was on Act Blue, the Democrat Party's website, official website. It was propped up by the entire powerful media industry in America. And then every Democrat donor all over the country donated to BLM and supported the Democrats for supporting BLM. And then they sacrificed a white male police officer. It had to be done because that's what their movement wants. That is exactly what they want. Look at what's happening today over in Sudan. There are thousands of people being slaughtered, millions of people maybe. We don't even know the numbers, being slaughtered by Muslims. If Black Lives Matters, why isn't that group in the entire Democrat Party raging over supporting Black lives over in this foreign country? Because they love foreign war, don't they? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But yet in America, they obviously don't care at all about some other country in Africa where people are being killed because they don't care about Black lives. It's not about Black lives. It's not about any foreign war. It's only about certain foreign wars. And it's about certain movements that allows them to move the political needle and brainwash the masses to believe what they need them to believe. They sacrificed Derek Chauvin because he's white and he's male, and they want to kill off a whole generation of white men. They don't want them to be police officers. They don't want them to join the military. They don't want them to be strong figures in their family or husbands or fathers.
Well, they say all that, so you're not guessing. We need more diversity in our police. We need fewer white men in our police department. That's what they're saying. So your assessment is not crackpot. It's taking their words and repeating them. So